I'm so glad to see that all of you are joining us for today's session. We've had a couple of sessions. This is our third AMA session that we're having, and the other two were about bringing your indoors and outdoors seamlessly together. And the second session that we had a couple of weeks ago was about lighting, when we invited a lighting designer to be with us. And today again, we have a special guest who will be joining us shortly. I will be introducing him to you. So today's topic is about transforming your spaces, your homes. We will be talking about transforming your spaces, generally about art that we'll be taking up. And yeah, thank you for joining us. Yes.
Okay.
Hi.
Just
we
checking.
can see you.
Hi. Hi, Vasu. Thank you
Hi,
so
Nag.
much for having me over on live.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for being with us. So I was just, introducing the concept of today's talk to our guests. We have a few people on board already. And today's guest, everyone, is Nag. And this is Nag Jakkula. He's an artist. And he's also a pilot and a snooker champion, a man who wears many hats. And he is going to throw a lot of light on art and how to use art to elevate your spaces. So Nag, just a couple of lines, we would like to you to introduce yourself. This is our third session of AMA for people who have just joined us. And today's session is going to be about how to elevate your homes and your spaces with art. And this is Nag. So Nag, just a few words about yourself.
I'm an artist and more into abstract. And all that I can say is that, painting has always been a proper inspiration from me right from my childhood. It's always a part of my life. And the colors that we have are not just colors for me. It is like more of emotions and the feeling that you put through. And I'm so much into abstract these days. I'm so obsessed by it right now. So I think I'm doing good in painting, and thanks to pandemic. That I could get more time with myself and my painting and all that. So that's about me. I'm just an artist, and I'm still striving to evolve and get better as an artist.
And when you said art is emotion for you, I could immediately relate to why we are so particular about the colors that we use and how art can actually drag you in deeper or elevate your mood, especially when you talk of colors like yellows and reds and how they can really pep you up. But what about the different textures and the medium that you use to paint? I know that you use a lot of mixed media, and I have seen your work wherein you have used the most unlikely materials to put a piece together. So what is your definition of art and media that you would put?
Well, Vasu, according to me, the definition of there's no proper definition for art. Okay, there are so many definitions about art. People talk about this is how you can define art and all that. But according to me, there's no perfect definition for art. But what's the closest definition I can get to art is, it is like going to another world while staying at home. That's the definition. Because also when a lot of people say that art is more like something to do with painting or sculpture or interior designing or any creativity, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think even if a common man comes up with a thought or a brilliant idea, even that's an art, don't you think?
So I think how so, because define art how is it?
Right?
Yeah, I think that's what is your take on what is the kind of vision that you have when somebody asks you to create, like when you're given the freedom of okay, Nag, make something like how we did in a couple of projects that we last worked with, a couple of paintings, like, Nag, what you would do in a space is your definition of art, I guess. So what would you do?
Well, okay, it's like a wide ocean, but the first thing I would like to do is I would like to know my client, the person whom I'm talking to, the ambience. Yeah, that's also the ambience, the culture of the house, the color of the walls, and the aspect ratio of the stretch canvas versus the wall. And the moment you see the entire ambience, right? And you would like to add something which is very personal, the personalized touch to the client. So if that person, he or she likes so and so thing, which is part of her, something that she really loves, I would like to add that as well. So I really like to put some surprise factor in it. I'd like to put some illusion art in it, and I also
Yeah.
play with a lot of light. So as you know, Vasu, that I use the backlight as well. I think I
Yes.
started that, but I don't know if someone else did before. But yeah, and I'd really love to play with light as well. So that's
Okay.
how I would approach. That's how I would approach to my client.
And I'm sure the people who are watching us have really, come into a sort of an understanding from an artist's point of view, because that is the reason why we have these AMA sessions with people who create things. So we can bring things to the forefront and bring your mindset to the forefront, so people can associate in a different way from what we usually see. Art is something that we view from far,
Yes,
and talking to an artist really
exactly.
opens up things in a different way. And I'm sure everybody really loved the session as much as I did speaking with you, even though I've known you for some time now. I remember
Likewise.
that. Yeah. And
Likewise, Vasu. But so sweet of you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
thank you. And for all those who've joined us, thank you so much for joining us in this AMA session that we've had. So you can follow us at Fortune_Interiors, and Nag's Art Gallery is where you can view this video, and also post and comment on it, and ask any more questions if you have any, so that we can clarify and get back to you. And thank you so much, Nag, for giving us all these tips on how we can bring in art and understand art in a better way and bring it closer to us in our day-to-day lives. Thank you, and
My
thanks
pleasure,
everyone who's
Vasu.
been with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Yeah.
people. Thanks for coming over.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Nag.
Vasu. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.